Hola, buenos días, soy Mariajo de Quinótico, ¿qué tal? Lo primero que voy a empezar a preguntaros por el final, porque ha dado mucho juego el final de la película, un final abierto, y hay muchísimas interpretaciones y quería saber, sin spoilers, si hay una interpretación correcta de la película o no.
This is a discussion about the ending.
The ending, yeah. Is there a correct way of reading the ending of? I'm open to lie to you if I push the conversation further and higher, right? Because for me, what you just described for me is the ultimate, better reaction that you can get from a movie. Like people arguing about it and having the discussion. So anything that can be said to keep the fire burning, I will do it. I will say it, even if I'm lying. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to kill it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the with the film you flip-flop between realities and you're sort of almost introduced to an alternate reality. So which perspective is the audience on? Yeah. That is the biggest question. Like where does the audience end up viewing from? And that can be up to representation, you know.
And another thing is, I hope that even if you don't have the same reading of the ending, everybody has the same reading of the emotional vibe of the ending and what the movie, how the ending feels, and how the movie, like, is making an emotional statement rather than a sci-fi statement, right? And I think that is clear, but I don't know. As I said, I prefer to listen. So if you're having a discussion with your friends, I want to just find a peephole and just...
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Quería preguntaros también, la película cuando la estás viendo te explota la cabeza en lo emocional y en lo visual, y quería saber cómo fue esa escritura de guión, imaginarte todo ese mundo y luego desde el punto de vista de Henry leerlo e imaginarlo y luego llevarlo a la realidad.
So it's about describing everything. from the script to the shooting. I mean, writing is kind of writing is exciting when the script is finished, but in the process it's painful, like because you're like solving a puzzle, like scene by scene, like what's the best way to tell this, what's the best way to tell that, but on the other hand, it's so easy to say a big gray wall. It blocks the street, and the surface is made of overlap information. It's like white noise on a TV screen. It's so beautiful. It's so easy to do something difficult. But later, once you're shooting, the VFX is altering the rhythm. Is just making things slower. And you're crossing your fingers, just expecting the vibe of the movie to not be affected by the VFX scenes. Which scene is the? But I want to confess something. You know the murder house, the horror house that appears because that is a VFX. That is something you want. You want to see the haunted house, which by the way was a real model that we put on the screen. Like the full house appearing from the ground, it was going to be like a really expensive VFX. And you have seen that in movies many times. Your eyes have already seen similar effect. It's kind of boring and expensive. You want things to be crazy and expensive or boring and cheap. Okay, you can make a boring thing as soon as it's cheap. You got it, I'm sorry. So we made the whole shadow projecting over both of them. It was just a cardboard piece. The shadow of the house looming over them, like projecting the way. It was a cardboard piece.
But it was genius. It was like
it was so well.
It was so effective.
Yeah.
Because you get to see the awe of the characters' faces of this kind of apparition coming to real life. But then, as the audience, you just see the shadow.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Oh, I was like talking to my DP and my VFX people and my team, and I was like, okay, you know what? It's enough if we add a digital shadow over them. That was my choice. Like, I don't want to see the house coming out, just digital shadow. It's going to be effective. It's like old school. He has this Jurassic Park vibe. It's universal. I think it's more elegant at showing the big thing. And they came back to me like, it's going to be even better. Not a digital shadow, like the shadow of a fucking cardboard piece.
Quería preguntaros también por el viaje emocional de la película. Aborda muy claramente el duelo, pero también puede tener otras lecturas como simplemente una ruptura y dejar ir. Y ver la película, dependiendo del estado emocional de cada uno, te puede afectar de una manera u otra y puede ser hasta catárquico. No sé si el rodaje de alguna manera fue para vosotros catárquico.
The cathartic nature of the shooting when we're talking about these themes, like grief, but also jealousy, and also love. So what do you think about it?
It's a big question for you.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, it's interesting. It's
probably the most. I don't know if I should say cathartic, but there's a scene in which he's playing an asshole, like a big time asshole, and I can see him like enjoying the moment, like when you're playing this crappy James Bond character in the art exhibition, and he's having so many ideas. As a villain, right in that scene. That is the only scene in which he's like an open, all-out villain. And then he has suddenly so many ideas, like eating like this, eating the crackers like that, and the way he talks to everybody, and the way he, the most terrifying moment, which is when you make the thing. And I felt that it's kind of cathartic to play something you hate. But probably it's hidden inside you, and what better way to exploit the darkest in you, like just playing this kind of stupid, really beautiful but interesting and idiotic but clever guy at the same time. Yeah.
But I mean, you're so used to a character who's going through depression and loss. By a story where they hope to overcome it. Nicholas actually creates more problems for himself and decides to like really go headfirst into something that's definitely not going to end well. And we see the deterioration of that like as the movie sort of unfolds. So it's kind of like a slow car crash.
Oh yeah,
because it's not good for him.
Yeah.
But like you can't help but be along for the journey because he deep down he means well. He's not malice in any way, but he's selfish because he needs to try to fix himself. And so he makes some very bad decisions.
Oh yeah, I remember. I have this this old. She's a female friend, and he's been like around all my life. And when she watched the film, it was not the ultimate cut, but she was like a previous version. I was taking notes from her and everything, and I remember a reaction when okay, we don't give details to this. Maybe this is not a spoiler, but there's a moment in which it was the most evil coming from him when he says, "Okay, you cannot meet her because you don't know her, you never met her," and she was like watching the movie, and she was like looking at me like, "What have I just said?" He made kind of a crime, like just erasing a person from someone's memories. So he's building everything out of memories, but also taking memories away from other people. Like, what? And I think it's way worse than it seems when you watch the screen because he's so charming. Yeah. but yeah. For example, if the part was made by I don't want to compare you with anybody else. I'm sorry. So I was going to make something really bad. Yeah.
So the time is over. Was a pity.
Okay.
Thank you very much
you
for
so
that,
much. Yeah.
and thank you for the translation.
Thank you.